I'm about to show you the fastest, easiest way to make a spare key fob without leaving your driveway in under 10 minutes, and you won't have to spend 2 hours sitting in their waiting room. Come to our website, order the little programming device, and you'll have a spare key in no time. What's more, you're gonna save hundreds of dollars and hours of time by skipping the car dealership. Before we start programming the spare key, I'm gonna start a phone call to the Jeep dealership to find out how much they wanna charge and how long they say it's gonna take to make a spare key fob. Also, be sure you stick around to see the magic of our Key by Photo key cutting service. It is absolutely amazing to take a picture and have your new key blade arrive already cut fitting your vehicle. Let's get into this. It's important to know you've got to have one working key, which we've got with the Tile Key Finder, so you can always, pairs to your smartphone so you can always find it. We've got our programming device, the app downloaded. Let's get started. Okay, key pairing. Here we go. We need to scan the QR code. Some important notes here. Make sure you've got a solid Wi-Fi connection. We need all keys that we plan to pair, both existing and the new ones in the vehicle. Pairing tool. And a little warning, the aftermarket parts, such as aftermarket remote start, can cause problems. We've got a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it's 2014 right there. This is a smart key, meaning a push button start. Okay, looks like we need to download a data pack for Jeep. Okay, with that data pack installed, let's continue. We need to get the programmer plugged into the OBD port. That's really easy to do. Come near your gas and brake pedal, look around, you should find it so you can plug it in. So you can see what's going on. I recommend grabbing one of these optional extension cables. Now we can easily see the status of our programmer. Okay, let's go to next. We're trying to get a Bluetooth connection made. There we go, right there. Should see the serial number pop up to match the programmer, and we're looking for that pairing connection to be made. There we go. Okay, the light turned blue, we got a green connection, we're good to go. Okay, gotta load up our instructions, and here we go. There's a lot of timing requirements, so move at a steady and even pace. Turn on the ignition. Now don't start the engine, we're gonna push the button twice. The dashboard lights up, and we need to have our original working key in the vehicle. So here it is. And next, it's communicating with the vehicle. It's important to know that this programmer pairs to the VIN of this vehicle, so it can be used to make multiple keys for this vehicle, but we'll need a separate programmer for each vehicle we're trying to make a spare key for. Checking vehicle status. Start the engine right now. So with our one working key, we need to fire up the engine. Now that it's completed that verification that we have a working key, we can turn off the engine. It tells us to turn on the ignition without pressing the brake pedal. So we need to illuminate the instrument cluster. So I'm going to push the button twice. The engine is not running, but the instrument cluster has been turned on. So next, number of keys. Now this vehicle, it says there's already 4 keys paired to this vehicle. So that means there's 3 other keys that have been lost to this vehicle with prior owners, at the dealership, whatever. We're going to be programming one new one, and it tells us only 8 keys can be paired to the vehicle. Now that's a Jeep Dodge Ram thing. For whatever reason, they only allow 8 keys to be paired. So this is our one new one. Turn the ignition off within 30 seconds. Here we go. Ignition's off. Turn the hazard lights on. Okay, my emergency flashers are going, communicating with the vehicle. It takes 1 to 10 minutes. Please be patient. Sometimes during these wait times, you'll hear the instrument lights turn on or off. Different things can happen as this communicates with the vehicle computer. Seeing I've got my Bluetooth connection made. It's important to know, you want to make sure you're not draining the vehicle battery. Be sure your headlights are turned off. You've got the HVAC turned off. If it's a hot day, roll down the windows. You don't want to drain the vehicle battery and have the vehicle computer struggling to get power during programming. In the meantime, let's check on that phone call to the car dealership.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out what it takes to get a spare key for a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Yeah, let me get down the parts. 1 second.
But please hold, and you will be transferred when somebody becomes...
Sir, price again, please hold.
Remove all keys and smart device. Put the key to be paired near the center console. So I'm going to take this existing working key and get it out of the vehicle far enough away. Wants the new key to be paired, placed on the center console. Okay, all right, communicating. We got 30 seconds. Going to repeatedly press the unlock button with it on the center console. There, I heard the vehicle lock start to move. Look at that, we got key pairing complete. We're ready to test out this new key. So I'm gonna unplug the programmer. I've got two things to test. First, I wanna get all the keys out of the vehicle. When I try to start the engine, we should get a warning on the dash. There we go, no key fob detected. Now, I can bring the keys back in one at a time and try to start the engine. Boom! Look at that, the new key fob started the engine. That is awesome. I'll turn off the engine. Now, I want to make sure my original key fob still works, of course. So let's test it. Excellent. Engine fires up just fine. Now, let's check that the lock button still works. Here's the new one. Beautiful. Here's the old one. Excellent. Look at that, isn't that awesome? We've got a spare key fob in under 10 minutes. Can you believe how easy that was? We've got a spare key for this 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee and saved hours of time and hundreds of dollars by skipping the car dealership. Let me show you something else. This is really important because if your vehicle battery ever dies or the fob battery dies, you're not gonna be able to get in unless you have the emergency key blade cut. And we have this awesome key by photo technology. The key by photo key cutting service. Simply get your key blade out and then take your phone. You're gonna snap 3 photos of that key blade directly above. Be sure to avoid shadows. Try rotating the key, turning it over, but get those 3 photos. You're gonna submit them through our website when you place your order. With the magic of our key by photo key cutting technology, we will cut your new key blade so it arrives already fitting your vehicle. Isn't that awesome? Looks like my call to the dealership is still on hold. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome. Hey, I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I'm trying to figure out what it costs to get another key fob for it.
Yeah, just need the last 8 of the VIN number, if you can grab that for me.
46.
Perfect. Thank you.
Just kind of waiting on hold.
All right, so we got 2 components to this style. You got the remote, which is listing at $219. Then you have the physical key that slides in and out of the remote for $65.40.
Okay.
So altogether, after tax, you're at $307.15 for parts.
Okay.
Then you bring the car in, schedule an appointment, and the service, I believe, charges you $120 for the programming. But I do have it in stock.
Awesome. 307, you said 120, you think, for the programming, so we're about 427.
Yeah, right in there.
Do you know how long that takes for service to do the programming?
I think it's like an hour.
About an hour? Okay. All righty.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much. $427. Ouch. What? Can you believe that? The Jeep dealership wants $427 to make a spare key fob and an hour of my life when I can do it sitting right in the driveway in under 10 minutes. That's absolutely crazy. The choice is yours. Come to tomskey.com, place your order, add our key by photo key cutting service. You'll have a spare key. You'll save hundreds of dollars and hours of your time by skipping the car at the dealership. I started Tom's Key Company because I was sick and tired of rip-off prices and wasted time trying to get an extra key made by the car dealership. We stand behind all our products with a full money-back guarantee. So if something goes wrong, you can't get the key to program, no worries, reach out to us, help.tomskey.com. We've got great customer support and we'll work to solve the problem. But if we still can't make it right, no worries. Ship everything back, get a full refund. So come to tomskey.com, place your order today, you'll have a spare key in no time. Save hours of time and you'll keep hundreds of dollars in your pocket. That sounds like a good deal to me.